everyone, and welcome to Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you didn't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. This is a podcast where I talk about anything, everything, and, well, anything about movies. On today's agenda, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever the hell else listens to this podcast, we have a pretty stacked podcast, as I'm going to give you basically the rundown of the fall movies, which is basically from September to December. And I'm going to give you my top 3 most anticipated for the fall. And I got to tell you, it was really, really hard to pick a top 3 because there's a lot of good ones coming out. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the new Horrible Bosses trailer that just dropped this week, Horrible Bosses 2. And the news that Dwayne Johnson is Black Adam. Yeah. It was one of those weeks, folks. It was one of those weeks. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the trailer that dropped this week. Now, you know, every week before I start the podcast, I watch a bunch of trailers, and most of them are independent. And if it's a good one, I will talk about it. If not, I will just let it be swept under the rug like a used condom at a bachelor party. So the one I want to talk about is the new Horrible Bosses 2 trailer, because that was the only good one that came out this week. And, you know, I like the first Horrible Bosses. And I even like the first trailer to Horrible Bosses 2, like the teaser that happened, what was it, a couple weeks ago? I forgot. So the new one that dropped this week, it adds a little bit more jokes, a little bit more chemistry between the 3 actors, Jason Bateman, Jason Sudeikis, and Charlie Day, which I love their chemistry in the first one. And it looks good. It looks good. I've been kind of pumped for the sequel, and it comes out in November. It's kind of a weird time, but, you know, I guess after your Thanksgiving feast and you get done roasting that turkey, you want to go hear a bunch of dick jokes and swear words. Sounds good to me. But it looks really good. It looks really funny. I've never had any problems with the trailers. This one just adds more raunchy jokes in it, which I'm totally down for. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This trailer, once again, has sold me, has rejuvenated my love for it, I guess. Yeah, so Horrible Bosses 2. I can't wait to see you and hear about all your new creative dick jokes that are in that movie. It's going to be a very, very amazing thing. So that's all the trailers that came out, because like I said, a bunch of garbage came out. I mean, there was a couple ones, but like really not worth mentioning. I guess that's the best way to put it. So, the news that dropped. And actually, this is a 2-parter, because the part 2 of the news is basically kind of a continuation of part 1, but this one's a kind of like. Let me just stop talking and just explain it. Okay, so Dwayne Johnson is Black Adam. First of all, that makes a whole lot of sense, considering the fact that he looks like Black Adam. You know, when he teased on his Twitter, what was it, a week or 2 ago? Like, a week or 2. What the hell's a week or 2? It sounds like a really, like, badly diseased bird or something. So, a week or 2 ago, The Rock posted on his Twitter, you know, say the name. And he had a picture of Shazam, Black Adam, and I think it was Superman in the picture. I forgot. But, you know, it's basically saying like he's going to be in a Shazam movie, but we don't know if it's Shazam or Black Adam. A lot of people were saying Shazam because he's like, say the word. You know, you say Shazam, Shazam pops up. But the way he's built and the way he looks, it's not even just the color of his skin, it's the physical appearance of him. He looks big. He looks like Black Adam. Just slap like some black hair on him. He looks like almost exactly like him. So I think him being Black Adam is a very good choice. And the cool thing with Dwayne Johnson is he's the only wrestler that has been a serviceable actor for, you know, a few years now. Now listen, I know the whole WWE thing. I know it's all actors. They're all acting. That's fantastic, but they're all terrible actors. Dwayne Johnson has been getting better. Each movie that he does, he's progressed his career, and he's progressed his skills. He's not an Oscar-worthy actor, but hell, he's a pretty good one. So I think him playing a superhero is going to be really awesome to see him kind of like branch out and do something new. Like, he's been doing nothing but, like, you know, cop movies or, like, just high-octane action movies. And, like, I think it's going to be interesting to see him play, like, a very mythological character that isn't where he sticks a lion on his head. Whoops, too soon. I'm sorry. Hercules, like, I didn't see the movie, but I can tell you that it sucked dump at the box office. So, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam is fantastic news. I never really thought he was going to be Shazam. Like, he's like, say the word. I just couldn't imagine Dwayne Johnson being Shazam. So, you know, him being Black Adam, totally cool in my book. Never, it never crossed my mind as something that would be terrible. The movie could be terrible, but he could be awesome, or vice versa, but we'll just have to see. Now, going off of that news, New Line Cinema, which is basically like I don't know, like the cousin of Warner Brothers. Basically, they're going to be making Shazam, and it's going to be its own separate thing. They said it's going to be funny, it's going to be something extremely different, and it's not going to be a part of the current DC Cinematic Universe. Well, I don't think he said it's not going to be a part of it, but the way he's describing it, it makes it seem like it's not going to be a part of this universe. Because what Batman v Superman's got going on right now is the fact that it is going to be a darker and more serious take on it. And the fact that, you know, New Line Cinema is going to be making Shazam, they said it's going to be more comical, doesn't really fit inside their, you know, tone that Batman v Superman wants to set up for the Justice League. So, is it its own separate thing? I'd say yes. I say that Shazam will not be a part of this Batman-Superman universe that they're about to create. And it's going to be its own separate thing. And, hey, listen, if that's what they want to go for it. Make it comical, make it funny. Because the origin of Shazam is, like, it's a little kid. It's a little kid. And when he says Shazam, like, you know, he turns into that superhero. So, I mean, basically, you're fighting a kid. I mean, if they keep that backstory, it's going to seem very, very funny. It's not going to seem, you know, super serious. Can you imagine, like, this little kid sitting in the dark, and he's just got this brooding face, and he's like, Shazam. And, like, you know, he becomes Shazam or whatever. I can just imagine, like, the transformation's, like, really serious. It doesn't work. It just does not work. And so, being a comedy, that's interesting. When they said that, it kind of tells me they're going to go like Marvel's route with like Ant-Man or something, where Ant-Man's going to be more comical and stuff than the Marvel movies we've seen so far. So I think that's what Shazam's trying to do, is going to kind of branch off. But the thing is, Ant-Man is in the same universe as the Avengers, but Shazam, I don't believe it's going to be in the same universe as Batman v Superman if they're going to go that more serious tone all the way through. So I don't know. We'll find out. But Shazam being its own separate thing, like I said, I'm cool with it. Like, if they want to make it like a comedy or whatever and make it completely different, that's good. Keep it out of the current universe. I would rather them do that than put it in the universe and make it seem totally out of place. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, so Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. This is going to be very interesting / fun / very cool. So that is the news for the week. I mean, basically it's kind of a slow news week, but that was the biggest piece of news that hit on Monday, and I had to give my, Labor Day was Monday, so I guess Tuesday. So what do you guys think about Dwayne Johnson being Black Adam? You know, I'm actually curious as to what people think about it. And then, are you excited about seeing Horrible Bosses 2? Did this new trailer convince you? Did it not convince you? Did it make you go cry in a corner? I don't know. Just let me know. I want to talk to you guys. You guys are my friends. I don't have any friends. I'm kidding. I have friends, guys. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's get into the bulk of this podcast because it's going to take a while to go through all the months. Yeah, this is it, folks. The fall movie season, a.k.a. Oscar season. This is where all the big hit movies that want to go for that Oscar will come out. And then also you'll have a bunch of shit that comes out. Like big old piles of shit. And, I will discuss whether I want to see this movie or not. And at the end, when I get through December, I'll give you my top 3 anticipated for the rest of the year. All right, so let's not wasting time because we got 4 months to go through. All right, so let's start with September 12th. September 12th, we have No Good Deed, Dolphin Tale 2, The Drop, The Skeleton Twins, The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, Him, Poop, 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 that one looks kind of cool, Poop, Honeymoon. Okay, so September 12th, those are the ones that are coming out. No Good Deed stars Idris Elba, and basically he plays this guy that breaks into a house. That's it. Congratulations, you know the whole plot. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the twist will be or whatever. I don't know if there will be a twist, but Idris Elba is a good actor. This trailer looks like a very average thriller. It really does. Like, there's really nothing more to say about it. Like, he breaks into a home, and the woman has to survive. Doesn't really tickle my fancy. Might tickle other people's fancies. Good. They can go tickle their fancies together in a dark room somewhere in a circle. But No Good Deed, not for me. Dolphin Tale 2, didn't see the first one, so I can't comment on that. I'm sure it'll be a very saddening tale about a dolphin and dolphinisms. Yeah. The next one, The Drop, stars Tom Hardy and the late James Gandolfini. I think this was his last one. I could be wrong, but I think this is his last role ever. And it looks cool. It's like a cat and mouse game. It's like a bank robbery thriller. So, being James Gandolfini's last movie, I'll probably give it a shot, but I'm not like looking forward to it or anything. It's got Tom Hardy, and so those two guys actually might warrant me to actually go buy a ticket. But I'll just if I hear enough good reviews, I'll check it out. Let's put it that way. The Skeleton Twins stars Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader, and it looks pretty funny. I saw the trailer. It looks like a really interesting independent comedy, or I guess independent dramedy, because there's a lot of dramatic stuff in there. They play siblings, and basically they're just kind of like mending their relationship up. That's basically it. I'm looking forward to this one, though. The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, Him. Now, this is the movie that stars James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain, and originally, this movie was shot as His and Her, which is basically like they'll follow James McAvoy for him or whatever, and then they'll follow Jessica Chastain for her, and they'll have 2 separate movies chronicling the lives of each person, but they're ultimately trying to like have a relationship and stuff. It's a very interesting concept, but I just can't see it doing that well in theaters and money wise for the studio. So that's why they combined it, the 2 movies into one, and calling it Them, aka The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. And according to people that have seen it, they say that Them is good, but they would rather see His and Her, like him and her or whatever. So the fact that they put both together kind of worries me. I'll still check it out though because the trailer looks awesome. I love James McAvoy. Jessica Chastain is one of those up-and-coming actresses that you just want to watch over and over again. It looks like an interesting love story that I would want to check out. Let's see. Honeymoon. Okay, this might just come out in video on demand, but this is a really interesting horror movie. Like, if you watch the trailer, it looks really interesting. It's basically just about a newlywed couple that go to a lake country cabin or whatever, and stuff happens. But the trailer makes it really creepy, and the atmosphere is very, very good, to where I would actually shell out money to see this. And, a lot of people would look at it and go, oh, it looks like another shitty, average horror movie. No, it actually looks pretty good. So, yay for it. All right, moving on to September 19th, we have The Maze Runner, This Is Where I Leave You, A Walk Among the Tombstones, The Guest, Tusk, and a bunch of other independent movies that don't really tickle my fancy. So let's start at the top. The Maze Runner, I'll keep it short and sweet, is a young adult novel adaptation. Trailer looks kind of cool, but it reminds me of Divergent, Hunger Games, everything else that's come out, so I'll pass on it. This Is Where I Leave You. It's a comedy with Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Adam Driver, Jane Fonda. Basically, when their father passes away, four siblings are forced to return to their childhood home and basically live under the same roof. Bateman, Fey, and Driver are all siblings, plus a couple more cast members, but it just seems like a very typical family dramedy, so cool. A Walk Among the Tombstones, however, does look cool. Liam Neeson's in this one, and the synopsis reads, Private investigator Matthew Scudder is hired by a drug kingpin to find out who kidnapped and murdered his wife. It seems like a basic premise. It basically is a very generic plot, but the trailer looks really cool. It looks like Taken on crack. It's hard to not compare any movie with Liam Neeson to Taken. It's really hard not to. But to stand on its own, it looks like a really good like mystery thriller thrown in with a bunch of action. Not like hardcore blow up explosion action, but very subtle like shootout action. So it looks really cool. Check out the trailer for A Walk Among the Tombstones. Looks pretty interesting. I might check it out. The Guest, directed by Adam Wingard, who did You're Next from last year. I enjoyed You're Next, so I'm excited to see The Guest. I actually am going to see it on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I'm seeing this in a few days. And it looks like a really cool thriller, throwback to the 80s or 70s or whatever. You know, so I'll have fun with it. Tusk. This one is directed by Kevin Smith. And, you know, he's one of my favorite comedy directors. A lot of people disagree with that. That's okay. I like most of his movies that he's done. And so it's basically about a man that gets captured, and the guy that captures him turns the main character into a walrus. Yep. Like, that's the plot. So, hey, man, like, it sounded interesting and unique, and then, like, when the trailer dropped, I was like, this is, like, the weirdest, creepiest movie from Kevin, but I love it. I want to see this. Like, I really do want to see Tusk. It just looks like an interesting, unique horror movie. And if anything, you would want to see it just because Kevin Smith is doing like a weird horror movie. Even though Red State was more of like a thriller. Yeah, so I would count this as his first horror. Looking at the cast right here, Haley Joel Osment is in it. It looks like his food truck burned down and he finally wanted to get back into acting. Haley Joel Osment. He was the kid from Sixth Sense. Oh, okay. Just making sure you guys know. And if you guys hear that right now, someone's blasting Mexican, Spanish music somewhere. I don't know. It was really weird. So that is it for lost my date there. September 19th. Moving on to September 26th to round out the month is The Equalizer, The Box Trolls. Looking down there. That's about it. There's a bunch of independent films, but I've never even heard of these. And you know, we still got to move on through a few more months, so I got to kind of rush through these. The Equalizer stars Denzel Washington, and it's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who is basically the director of Training Day. He did End of Watch of last year, which was kind of cool. Basically, Denzel Washington plays a hitman, comes out of retirement. You know, the basic story. Taken. Look, there's no reference to Taken in the same podcast. It looks cool. I mean, might check it out if there's nothing else better to do. Like, seriously, if my paint dries on my wall, then, I might see it. I might run out and see it. But the next one, The Box Trolls, I am excited to see. This is the new stop-motion animation from Leica, which is the company that brought us Coraline and Paranorman, which both those movies are awesome. I really like them. Very creepy, very expertly done in stop motion. It's just incredible to watch these people spend years upon years on this hour-and-a-half movie, moving these like little models that they built. And the houses, like everything's built. Like it's just amazing. So it looks really cool. I cannot wait to see it. I will pretty much watch anything Leica does. I love Coraline. I really like Paranormal. I don't even know which one I like better. I think I like Coraline the most. But the Box Trolls looks great. Looks like another stop-motion awesomeness coming our way. So I am excited for that. Moving on to October. All right. Get ready to fanboy out in 3, 2, 1. October 3rd, Gone Girl comes out, and Annabelle. Another one, but it doesn't look good. Okay, so Annabelle and Gone Girl. One of them I really want to see. One of them I kind of want to see just because I liked, its original predecessor. Of course, you guys know I'm talking about Gone Girl. I really want to see that. It's David Fincher. Ladies and gentlemen, it's David Fincher. This is the guy that has directed Fight Club, Social Network, Panic Room, Seven, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I really like, by the way. So the fact that he's doing Gone Girl really intrigues me. I've never read this book. I don't want to read this book because guess what? I want to see the movie. Because the author of the book wrote the movie, like the script for Gone Girl, like the movie. So they said that they changed the ending from the book for the movie. So the movie is going to be a completely different twist for everyone. That's including the people that read the book. So I'm excited to see it. The trailer looks awesome. Ben Affleck is the main character. Rosamund Pike is in it. Neil Patrick Harris, Tyler Perry. Looks great. Looks like another Fincher classic on our hands. Oh yeah, David Fincher also did The Game with Michael Douglas. I think it's a very underrated movie. I really like that one. Sorry, I'm going on a Fincher spree. But Gone Girl looks awesome. Cannot wait to see it. Looks like a really good thriller. Annabelle, we'll see. I really like The Conjuring, but the trailer really hasn't won me over for it. It just kind of reminds me of like just a shitty slap in the face of a horror movie. So I don't know. If the reviews are good, I'll see it. If not, I'll pass on it. Let's put it that way. Annabelle, so creepy doll nightmares for everyone. Yay. All right, October 10th, we have, oh my God, we have a lot of movies. All right, we have The Judge, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And I was tongue twisted while saying that. Dracula Untold, Addicted, and Whiplash. And a couple others, but these are the main 5. All right. The Judge stars Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. And Robert Downey Jr. Plays a lawyer, and he comes back to his childhood home. And basically his father is a judge, played by Robert Duvall. And he is suspected of murder. So basically Robert Downey Jr. has to try to get Robert Duvall out from possibly going to jail. It looks cool. It looks like a good drama. We haven't seen Robert Downey Jr. do a good drama in a long time. The last one he did was The Soloist, 2009. Wow, yeah, because Due Date was a comedy. Yeah, I think it was The Soloist. I never saw The Soloist, but I heard it was pretty good. A lot of people liked it, so I'll see The Judge because I want to see RDJ do something completely different from Tony Stark. Even though it's really, really hard to not picture him as Tony Stark now when he's in any other movie. It's just, that's what Iron Man does to you. It looks cool though. Like, I'll check it out for sure. But the reviews of recent, like the last couple days, like people at TIFF are just saying like it's just not a really good movie, just kind of like a blah movie. So, kind of scares me a bit. All right, Alexander and the Terrible and Horrible No Good. Disney movie, Steve Carell, slapstick comedy. Moving on. It's also 81 minutes. It's embarrassing. Alright, so the next one is Dracula Untold, and this stars Luke Evans, and he basically plays Dracula. It's about basically the origin of how he becomes Dracula. Not gonna lie. There's a lot of people looking forward to this one, but it looks like shit. I'm sorry. But it looks like I, Frankenstein. And I fucking hated that movie. Oh dear lord. I, Frankenstein can suck a huge donkey dick. Like, it was so bad. And Dracula Untold looks exact. It's got the same color palette. It's got the same, like, special effects bullshit. It's got the same editing. Like, it just looks. It looks exactly like it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Now, once again, it comes back to if the reviews are good, I might go check this out. But it looks like garbage. Speaking of garbage, Addicted. Okay, like, a wife is tested when she cheats on her husband and threatens to ruin her and her family. Boy, sounds like every other Lifetime movie known to man. Moving on. This one, I'm really, really looking forward to. Whiplash. This is Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons, and Miles Teller plays a young musician who's basically performing to be the top jazz drummer at this academy run by J.K. Simmons. The trailer is amazing. The dynamic between these two actors looks incredible. It just looks like this really intense movie about the musician and the instructor. And people are saying, like, does it get that intense where, like, instructors will yell at you and stuff? I was in band in high school, and I will say it right now, they beat me. I bled a lot. It was bad. Guys, I'm kidding. Don't call the cops on them. But they are strict on you, and they are hard on you because they want to push you. They want to see you succeed. I had my instructors, not yell at me, but they would, like, get angry with me and, like, tell me to do certain things because they wanted me to succeed. They wanted me to get better. Like, that's their method. And it works. But Whiplash, like, if you watch that trailer, J.K. Simmons is throwing cymbals at Miles Teller's head. So, dear God, it's, like, to the extreme. But it looks awesome. I cannot wait to see Whiplash. All right, moving on October 17th, we have Fury, The Best of Me, The Book of Life, and Birdman. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see 2 out of the 4. Yeah, I'll go with 2. Fury starred Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Logan Lerman, and Michael Pena. It's directed by David Ayer, and he wrote Training Day. Okay, yeah, I got that confused. Antoine Fuqua, he directed Training Day, but he did not write it. David Ayer wrote it, and he's the one that did End of Watch. But he's doing Fury this year, and it's basically a World War II movie about these 5 guys that have a tank, and they're like one of the last final, like, I guess, crews to, like, go do a deadly mission or whatever. It looks really cool. I really liked End of Watch of last year from David Ayer. But he also did Sabotage, which came out this year, and I heard that one was garbage. That was one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fury looks really cool. I'll check it out because World War II is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, war periods. And so I'm excited to see Fury and what it brings. So let's do this. All right. The Best of Me. A pair of former high school sweethearts reunite after many years when they return to visit their small hometown. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Oh, yeah. This is a movie that is from Nicholas Sparks. Congratulations. We have another one. It's got Michelle Monaghan in it. James Marsden. Looks okay. I mean, listen. I'm going to sit here and tell you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a dick and a pair of bottles, and I can tell you right now that I like The Notebook. What up? And I'm straight. Yeah, I said it. I like The Notebook. Yeah, you heard me. So, that was the only one that I actually liked from Nicholas Sparks, but all the rest I didn't really care for. My girlfriend has suggested a couple others that she's liked and stuff. I'll check it out. If it comes down to it, like if I'm sent to go do it for the website, I'll take one for the team and I'll go do it. All right, moving on. The Book of Life. This is the Guillermo del Toro produced animated movie. And it's from the company that brought us Freebirds. Ugh. That was such a crap movie. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Whoever worked on it, whoever's listening to this, it was, ugh. No. This one was cool. It's basically about a guy that, loves this girl, and he goes into the afterlife or whatever to try to find his love. I don't know. It's really cool, interesting movie. It's got voice talents of Zoe Saldana, Channing Tatum, Danny Trejo. That's cool. Diego Luna. Looks cool. Might check it out. Yeah, I mean, the trailer doesn't really interest me. It looks gorgeous. It's animated very, very beautifully. It's very colorful, but I don't know. I'm just not sold on it yet. Next one is Birdman. This one I'm really looking forward to. Stars Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Emma Stone. It's basically about a washed-up actor who once played an iconic superhero, and he must overcome his ego and family as he basically turns his character into a Broadway play to kind of reclaim his glory from the older years. And it's kind of weird because Michael Keaton did play an iconic superhero. He played Batman. So it's almost like he's playing himself. But the trailer looks very unique and very, very just fresh. It looks like something we've never seen before. And I'm really looking forward to it. Just go watch the trailer. Just go watch Birdman, starring Michael Keaton. And hey, if you're a film buff, it might tickle your fancy because it tickled mine. All right. The second to last weekend, October 24th, we had Paranormal Activity 5, Ouija, White Bird in a Blizzard, and that's all I'm going to talk about because I didn't see the other two's trailer. Okay. Paranormal Activity 5. I'll keep it fast and quick. It's the fifth one, the entry, or it's the fifth entry. Fifth in the entry. That's so dumb. Fifth entry in the series. I like Paranormal 1. I like number 2. I even like number 3. I hated 4. I actually really liked the marked ones. So, number 5, the odds are in your favor, man. I'll probably like it unless you completely just shit the bed. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I know. Shocking. Next one, Ouija. Alright, the next one, White Bird in a Blizzard. It's teenage girl who loses her mother, and basically, that's how the movie is. And it looks really cool. It's set in the late 80s, and Shailene Woodley's in it, Eva Green, Christopher Maloney. It looks like a really just interesting, kind of unique role for Shailene Woodley. We've never seen her kind of go dark before. We've seen her kind of play with dark themes like Divergent and Spectacular Now, but I want to see her go extremely dark. And it looks like this one, well, it's gonna be like a sexy erotica thriller, and she's the star. So I'm looking forward to it. The trailer intrigued me, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, you wanted me to talk about Ouija. Oh, it's about a group of friends that awaken dark entities through a Ouija board. Moving on. October 31st, it's got a couple movies coming out. We have Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, and we have ABC's of Death 2. Now, let's start with Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, I've been hearing throughout TIFF right now that this thing is going to blow up. And it's very possible that Jake Gyllenhaal could get a nomination, an Oscar nomination. It looks fantastic. I watched the trailer and I was like, oh dear God, this was the role meant for Gyllenhaal. And I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I've always been a huge fan of him. I love Prisoners. I love Enemy. I love all of his older stuff. He was good back in the day. Then he had kind of a little break. He started coming back and doing all these independent, smaller roles. But he's been succeeding in all of them. So I think that's what he's doing in Nightcrawler. It's a very independently financed movie, and he just completely owns this role from what I saw in the trailer. So I'm looking forward to it. He's basically about a guy that does freelance journalism, and he'll go to crime scenes or crashes or whatever, and he'll film them and he'll sell them to news stations. It looks really seedy, very dark, very just huge crime drama. I'm looking forward to it. ABCs of Death 2. To keep it short, I liked the first one. I thought it was interesting. There was a lot of... some of the letters were good. Some of them were really bad. So it was enjoyable. And I'm kind of looking forward to the second one. I saw the trailer the other day, and it was graphic and gory, and just like anything you want in a horror movie. So I'm looking forward to it. November. Here we go. All right. November 7th, we have Interstellar, Big Hero 6, and The Theory of Everything. Interstellar. What's to say about this movie? It's Christopher fucking Nolan. Okay? This is his first original movie after the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, he did Inception in between The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. And he did, what was it, The Prestige in between Begins and The Dark Knight? Well, anyways, I've liked any... The thing with Christopher Nolan is, yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy is good, but I like his original stuff more. And Interstellar looks really cool. We don't really know much about it. It's released 2 trailers. All I can pick up on is, Matthew McConaughey goes on an interstellar voyage to try to find, a new place for humans. That's it. That's good. I don't want to know any more about it. So, it looks awesome. It looks beautifully shot. It looks like a typical Christopher Nolan movie, but I'm looking forward to it. Next one is Big Hero 6. This is the animated movie from Disney. It's from the creators of Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph. It's based loosely off of a Marvel comic book. It looks cool. It looks funny. It looks like a good family movie. I'm actually looking forward to it. It looks like a nice, like I said, nice, funny, action-packed movie that we can all just laugh and enjoy. The next one is The Theory of Everything. This is the biopic, if you will, of Stephen Hawking. Now, when I was watching the trailer, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, "Oh, this is a really cool movie." And then once, he got struck with his condition, I was like, "Oh shit, this is the Stephen Hawking movie," and it just looks awesome. It looks like a really good movie based on his life. And Eddie Redmayne plays Stephen Hawking, and he was in that movie Les Miserables. And I never saw it, but people say they liked him and stuff, and so I want to see it. I'm looking forward to The Theory of Everything. I'm a sucker for biopics, so that's all I gotta say about that. All right, November 14th, we have Foxcatcher. I don't know why I said it like that. Foxcatcher and Dumb and Dumber 2, T.O. So, I'm looking forward to both, but I'm very, oh dear God. I am very cautious on Dumb and Dumber 2, and I'll tell you why. It's not the fact that Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are coming back. I love the fact that they're coming back, because that prequel, Dumb and Dumber, no, that movie's awful. So, they're coming back. They got the Farrelly brothers to come back right and direct with it, just like they did with the first one. It's 2 factors. One, it's 20 years late. Guys, the first one came out in 1994. This one is going to come out this year, in 2014. That's 20 years. It might work with the story, but I don't know. Sequels after 20 years, look at Sin City 2. 10 years. And the movie tanked. But it's different demographics, but still. And it's also the fact that the Farrelly brothers were involved in movie 43 from last year. Movie 43 was garbage. It was a very shitty movie. The last few movies that they've done have not been good. So that's why I'm kind of worried about it. It's listen, Farrelly brothers, if you can get back on your game, Dumb and Dumber 2 could be a hit. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just very cautious about it. Foxcatcher, also coming out. You guys have heard me talk about this on the podcast numerous times. Huge fan of Steve Carell. I will literally watch anything that he does. The fact that he's going to be super transformable in this one and he doesn't even look the same. He doesn't even sound the same. And people are saying his performance is out of this world. Like, he completely escapes himself and puts himself in that role. And you don't even see Steve Carell. You see his character. And so, he just looks awesome. Channing Tatum's in it. He looks good. Mark Ruffalo's good. It's directed by the guy that did Capote and Moneyball. I really like both of those. I'm looking forward to Foxcatcher. Cannot say it enough. Go watch the trailers if you have not. November 21st, we have basically one movie coming out. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I really liked the second one a lot. I liked the first one, but it wasn't like anything that was mind-blowing. But Catching Fire, it kind of just blew me away. Like, I really like that one. And so, I want to finish it. And I am looking forward to Mockingjay. Am I a fan of them splitting up into two parts? Not really. But do what you gotta do, whatever. I just want to finish the story. So looking forward to that. November 28th, we have two movies. We have Horrible Bosses 2, and we have Penguins of Madagascar. Horrible Bosses 2, like I said in the trailer review for it, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I like the chemistry of those three guys, and I really like the first one, so I cannot wait to see how dark and ridiculous they can go with the second one, because I love dark comedies. Those are some of my favorites. All right, Penguins of Madagascar. This is the spin-off of the Penguins in Madagascar, the movies and stuff, and they have their own TV show on Nickelodeon and stuff. And, it's for kids. I mean, let them have fun, let them do their thing. I'm not gonna shit on the movie because I've seen all three Madagascars. They're fine, but I like other animated movies, so it's quite all right. Let the little kiddies enjoy. All right, moving on to December. December 5th, we have Wild, starring Reese Witherspoon, and basically it's like the movie Into the Wild, or it looks like it, and she goes on a hike to kind of reflect on her life. That's basically it. It's directed by the guy that did Dallas Buyers Club from last year, so that's good. I haven't seen a trailer for it, so I can't really comment on it, but it sounds like Reese Witherspoon is trying to get back into actual acting. That's good. December 12th, we have Inherent Vice and Exodus, Gods and Kings. Okay, Inherent Vice. Paul Thomas Anderson. Do I need to say more? This guy is an amazing director. If you have not seen any of his movies, what are you doing? Stop listening. Go find one of his movies. Go crawl yourself into a corner and just cry tears of joy because you're watching such just beautiful images just on screen. Paul Thomas Anderson is one of the greatest American filmmakers living today. Period. I'm really looking forward to Inherent Vice. It's his first adaptation. He writes all of his movies, but this one, he wrote this one too, but he adapted it from a book of the same name. I'm looking forward to it. I can't express it enough. I can't wait for Paul. What are you doing? Give us a trailer, please. I just want to see how it looks. I know it's going to look awesome, but I want to get my little fix on it. Stars Josh Brolin, Reese Witherspoon, Benicio del Toro, Joaquin Phoenix. I'm about to jizz in my pants. No more should be said. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Exodus, Gods and Kings is the movie from Ridley Scott. Stars Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton. Both are white. I'm sorry. Oh, they're Egyptian? Oh, no, they're not. Not in the movie. It looks like Gladiator Part 2, set in olden times. I mean, it looks cool. Here's the thing, though. Listen, I really like Prometheus. I really fucking like that movie. I like almost everything about it. I don't know why people are shitting on it so much. I think it's a great movie set in the Alien universe. However, the movie he came out with last year, The Counselor, oh my God. If that thing couldn't suck a bigger bag of dicks. I took someone to see it with me, and we were both kind of excited to see it. And I remember looking at him after the movie. And Carlos, if you're listening to us, then you'll know. You'll know. We looked at each other and was like, what was that? Seriously, we didn't know what we watched. It was confusing. All over the place. Nothing made sense structurally. It was just kind of there. Everything was just thrown in there to be in there. and I loved all the actors in there. But man, was that movie awful. So this one kind of makes me a little hesitant, just because the last one was a pile of horse shit. So, I don't know. Trailer looks epic. Very sword and sandals like, so we'll see. Can't wait to hear about the reviews. December 19th, we have The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, Annie, and Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. Annie, okay, it looks cool, I guess. Like, I've seen interviews with Quvenzhané Wallis. I think she's kind of a little prick, a little kid prick. She was fine in Southern Beast of the Southern Wild. The movie was fine. I just didn't really think it was Best Picture worthy. I know, I said something blasphemous. I'm sorry. It looks okay, I guess. Just watch the old one. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. It's the third Night at the Museum movie. Really not my demographic. It's for kids. But it's one of the last movies of Robin Williams, so that actually might entice me to go see it. It's just, I didn't like the trailer. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. I'm really looking forward to this. I really liked The Unexpected Journey. I thought it reminded me of Fellowship. I thought it was kind of like, the starter movie. It kind of set everything up, described everything, and like set the journey. It was kind of slow, but that's okay, because I was still interested. And then The Desolation of Smaug that came out last year, I really liked that movie. It was so good. It reminded me of Lord of the Rings. And I was like, this is great. It's progressing beautifully. That means the third one is going to be balls to the wall, which I'm super excited for. So, that's it for December 19th. Doesn't have anything listed for December 26th. I'm on IMDb right now, so that I don't know. But, alright, let's take a breather, because that was a lot to take in. That is the fall movie lineup for September through December. A lot of Oscar-worthy movies in there, as you can tell from my excitement in my voice, to a lot of shit piles that like went into my mouth and kind of like left their stench there. So there was a lot of movies that we talked about, but I'm going to give you my top three that I'm looking forward to the most. Number 3, it's got to be The Hobbit and the Battle of Five Armies. I'm really looking. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a bit of a nerd that way. I love Unexpected Journey. I really love Desolation of Smaug. I can't wait to see like where they end it and like how the story wraps up and everything. Because I didn't read the books. I don't want to read the books. I want to just take the movies as it is, and I'll read the book later. So I'm looking forward to it a lot. Number 2, Foxcatcher. Like I said, can't wait to see Steve Carell just transform into this role, just kind of just dive into this role and stay there. And I really want to see Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo. There's a lot of Oscar buzz surrounding Carell and Tatum right now, so I'm looking forward to it. And I really like Moneyball and Capote, so that's just another reason to see it. And number 1, Martin Graham. This is for you, buddy. Thank you for introducing me to this director many years ago. Inherent Vice is my number 1 most anticipated for the rest of the year, for the fall season, for the Oscar movie season. This movie is going to be spectacular, just like every other Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I cannot wait. Honorable mention goes to Whiplash and Nightcrawler. I really want to see those two, and I cannot wait to see them. Just couldn't make my list, but so I guess I'll do a top 5 then. I'll do Nightcrawler at number 5, Whiplash at 4, Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies at number 3, Foxcatcher at 2, and Inherent Vice at number 1. Those are my most I'm looking forward to those the most. I'm tongue-tied because I'm just so excited to see these. So that is it for the fall movie season, guys. If there's any movies that you guys would like to see, comment that place below my voice and let me know. Which ones are you looking forward to? Which ones do you think look like complete garbage? And do you want to see any of the ones that are on my list? Because I'm really curious. Not many people know about Inherent Vice, so comment below. All right, let's get to the box office results for the weekend. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. Sorry I went long today, guys, but I had to get through 4 months worth of movies, so it is what it is. Box office results for the weekend. Number 5, we have The November Man with 4.2 million, and its domestic haul is at 17.8, Budget unknown, so don't know if it's making money or not. Number 4 is Let's Be Cops with $5.4 million. It's up to $66 million domestic, $83 worldwide. Holy shit. When I was talking to these actors, 2 months ago, and, I was like, if this thing's successful, let's make a sequel. And they're just like, I don't know if it will be successful. Guys, it's fucking successful. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, 17, double that, that's 34. Yeah, that's extreme profit for this movie. Good job. If I Stay is at number 3 with $5.7 million on the budget of 11, double that to 22. Domestic haul, it's at 39 right now, and worldwide it's at 50. It's making an extreme profit right now, so yay, young adult novel adaptations. I'll probably see If I Stay with my girlfriend, and I'll let you know, guys, if it's good, because I like young adult adaptations. They just gotta be good. That's all I care about. Number 2 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with $6.5 million. Its domestic haul is at 174, worldwide at 300. Its budget's 125, double at 250. Hey, made some profit. Sequel's coming. And number 1, I think for literally the 5th weekend now, is Guardians of the Galaxy with $10 million. It's up domestic 294, worldwide 580. Oh my, 586. God. I tell you this every weekend. Kevin Feige, good job, man. Good job. So it's just doing better. It just keeps doing better, and I really want to see it again. The movies that came out this weekend, so you guys can laugh at them. The Identical came in at number 11 with $1.9 million. The Forrest Gump re-release in IMAX got $400,000. And God Help the Girl, which was like an independent movie, got $12,000. So those are the movies that came out this weekend. Kind of a slow weekend, as you can tell. They all failed, and Guardians got $10 more million. That's how I see it. So that will do it, guys. That is this week's episode of Reel Me In, a movie podcast. If you guys want to follow me on Spreaker here, just do that, follow, and you guys can listen to me live. If you guys want to follow me on iHeartRadio or find me there, I'm also on there. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter to get up-to-dates on live podcasts and when I post these bad boys and all my movie reviews that I post, it's at Reel Chase Lee, R-E-E-L Chase Lee, all one word. If you guys want to like my Facebook fan page to get up-to-dates on live podcasts, movie reviews, movie news, whatever the hell I post on there, it's www.facebook.com/Reel Reviews with Chase Lee, all one word. If you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I have a bunch of web series, short films, movie reviews, trailer dubs. I'm even putting a new trailer dub on there on Tuesday. It's youtube.com/Shabootnik75, capital S, lowercase HABOOTNIK75, and it's under the channel name Reel Chase Lee. So I think that's all of them. I think I'm done plugging my shit, guys, so you can stop yelling at me. So, as always, guys, I'll see you next Sunday for another episode. I don't know what's going to be over. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. September's going to be a slow month. I'm going to have to, really pull topics out of my ass. I don't know. I might do it on a home invasion movie since No Good Deed comes out next weekend. I'm not going to see it, but we'll go over some home invasion movies that are actually good. So, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Or next Sunday. You guys have a good day, good night. If you're listening to us somewhere across the world, I'm sorry that I made your ears bleed and this is your representation of America. I apologize. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next Sunday for whatever I talk about. You guys know the drill. On Reel Me In, a movie podcast. I'm Chase Lee, and you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Just stay awesome. Can you stay awesome? Okay, I'll see you guys next week.